Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I make a presentation, I will introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Khatammi Azhar from class 6 MC, concentration of heavy equipment study program D3 Mechanical Engineering. My presentation this time to fulfill the task of English 3 course was teaching lecture, or namely Sir Benny Wijaya, SPD, MPD. Okay, I will present a journal entitled Occupational Accident Related to Heavy Machinery, a systematic review. Journal cited by G. Duarte, Torres Marques, and G. Santos, Baptista. From Association Laboratory for Energy Transport and Aeronautics, LAETA, Faculty of Engineering, University of Porto. This journal is based on mechanical engineering and work incident in the field of employment. Volume number 7, issue number 21, page 1 to 22, Publicarion Year 2021. Here is a table of content during my presentation, that is introduction, methodology, result, and analysis, well as a conclusion. World economic growth has led to increase in global demand for mineral raw materials. This pressure to increase supply sometimes led to adverse socio-environmental impact and high incident rates in the mining industry. According to Eurostat, a mining company, the exploitation of mineral raw material has been and continues to be one of the industrial activities with the highest incident rates and even diseases worldwide, despite technological development. Same that many workers can neither identify danger nor perceive an identify risk situation. However, it's a recognition that adequate training can contribute to minimizing number and severity of incidents. Consequently, training was placed at the center of the measure to be implemented. In this context, new approaches have been tested and executed, such as virtual reality or VR. Their models have evolved to fit the required specificities regarding their contextual needs and try to determine the most appropriate variable when condition and incident. This mitigation safety culture of the company worker behavior, the environment among others. So, this introduction in the meaning work incident that often occur as world economic growth in the mining sector become one that is often needed to due to the complexity of the industry. Numerous factors can contribute in different ways to the incident rate. Among them are unsafe behavior by the worker themselves and the increasingly larger equipment acquiring more than better qualification from its operator. The advancement of the world of VR or virtual reality technology is a technology that displays 3D graphics digitally. The technology makes it possible to simulate working conditions and training workers to respond adequately to complex and high-risk situations. without compromising their safety during training. When evidence of occupational incident involving machinery and the better understand their root cause to improvement in design first way, namely the design benches, road and rail. 1. Introduction. The impact of the influence of mineral supply demand on social as well as the potential for work accident. Cause of high work accident and Eurostat. Do you know the cause of accident while working at Eurostat history cost that indicator? Reconstruction of incidents so that due the complexity of the industry, numerous factors can contribute in different ways the incident rate. Among them are unsafe behavior by the workers themselves and the extremely dangerous equipment. 3. The exploitation of mineral primary raw material has been continues to be one of the industrial activities with the highest incident rate and even diseases. Problems that often occur in the workplace. 1. Environmental condition. Underground work has a risk of work incidents that are not beneficial to the welfare of workers. 2. Operator expertise. Heavy equipment vehicle must be required to be able to maneuver on uneven ground surface. 3. Field activities. Common cause of fatality include falls, sliding slopes, block or rock, loading and transport operation, and electrical problem. 4. Busy working hours. Risks relate to busy and busy activities so that the work area is not considered safe. 2. Methodology. Methodology in writing, selecting, and screening quality report to be used as parameters that have significant value. Evaluation of the process Prisma methodology. The evaluation of the proposed Prisma methodology exercise for period that take place to sort out which is the right presentation and strategy in overcoming incident in the meaning world. However, others are often not rapidly adopted this approach because it brings to the literature review process the requirement associated with the significant methodology, namely the objective and reproducibility of the result. 2015 Methodology Update. Prisma proposed updating the methodological component of this approach for the systematic review and meta-analysis protocol, Prisma P. To give more strength to this component, the Prisma statement founder proposed in 2015 an important update in methodological component of this approach, the private reporting of items for systematic review and meta-analysis protocol Prisma P, result of a primarily sensitivity analysis of the number of articles found from the selected keyword. His selected information source were Scopus Inspect, Science Direct, Academic Search, Ultimate, Web of Science, Current Context, Taylor and Francis, Geological Survey of America, Cambridge Journal, Employed and Gita, and Directory of Open Access. 3. 2018 Peer Review. The main objective of the process is to filter the best information according to established research standard. At an early stage, its record was put up against a set of inclusion criteria. The first analysis attempt was related to the control key terms found across studies provide VOS viewer WISE is software that allows construction of bibliometric cards where the density map was built. Elements such as author identification, year publication, study objective, country in which study took place, type of inquiry, exploitation material, data source, periodic risk assessment, standard, population, sample and sample characteristic, questionnaire use, questionnaire validation, incident, type and equipment involved, as well as accident consequence, main result, main cause, prevention, and limitation were collected. For 2020, about and systematic, the parameter assessed had a significant influence on the result. Data source application of standard sample representative, data treatment, reporting quality, and reference quality. The The equipment identified as directly related to the parameters mentioned above were bolting machine, dozer, dumper, excavator, forklift, haul truck, jingling drill, load hold dump, and loader. The anglable paper were again analyzed. Regarding the control trims used and two graphics were created, one related to the number of incident type on cruises and one associated with the number of on-cruises of incident caused. However, this methodology was applied at the study level in this context: data source, standard application, sample representative, data treatment reporting quality, and reference quality. This systematic review was carried out following the Prisma witness, and the result was updated in February 2020. 3. Result analysis. The result and analysis of the test report that have been sorted to reduce the risk of work incident. Result and analysis. The result of several studies and research will report how to overcome various incidents at the time of mining activity have two results named. 1. The identification past 3071 article we tracked after applying the exclusion criteria. Papers were included by that only articles between 2010 and 2018 were considered. Were included by type of paper, only peer review studies providing actual data were considered. 15 were rejected by type of source in only journal which granted and texts were rejected due to only articles in English were considered. After removing by automatic procedure the article mentioned above. 1. The title abstract of the remaining ones were read. From this list reproduced more articles were removed because they did not comply with the aim of the systematic review. After this stage, articles that were not accessibility full text. The Engagability pass paper when considered and the full text screened and analyzed design table with evidence of meaning couldn't incident after applying the inclusion criteria described the protocol mentioned above. Only 10 articles were include a qualitative analysis after analyzing their reference by title and abstract, and according to the snowballing technique procedure, 16 more papers were added to the study, which led to a final inclusion of 16 studies. Figure 1. Figure 2. Show the density visually north of some counter terms of technology. found across studies relate incidents with VOSP were expression human error and mobile equipment control and mission among the studies, followed by whole road design and the incident pattern. Nonetheless, this map does not represent the table extent of the table. 4. Conclusion. Conclusion from the result of the selection of useful methodologies to reduce the risk of work accident. 1. General conclusion. The analysis indicates that the type of activities and equipment most frequently associated with incident, both fatal and not fatal, in meaning were the same for the period in question among the engagable article. 2. Practical application. The practical application of the short feeding may lead to better design of meaning site which include red beam and platform dimensioning of equipment and pedestrian and other management considering such a traffic pattern to minimize the chance of operator error and operation sequence related to meaning cycle. Current trend and future of operation. Despite this result, it's important not to forget the world to shifting to Industry 14.0, where human-machine interaction is becoming more and more prominent, bringing the system complexity to whole new level in meaning the result in the real-time visibility and control of operation, with integrated system leading to the smart mind. Okay, uh, so many of my presenters, sorry if there is a wrong word and less pleasing to the heart, as well as mispronunciation of the title, and I'm sorry. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.